When I tell you it's been a struggle to even try to record this video, I mean, you got my background falling apart, you got my computer acting funny, you got my camera wanting to turn off whenever it wants to, my lights flickering like some people call it Mercury retrograde, but I call it bullshit. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to Kenny Tarot YouTube channel. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Hopefully you guys are doing amazing. Before we get into today's video though, I got two things to say. Thank you to all of you guys who showed up at our live to celebrate our 1-year channelversary since our rebrand. It was so much fun. You guys showed up and showed out. We reminisced about our favorite videos that we've seen thus far, and also we gave out free readings, so congratulations to those who got free readings. If you didn't get a free reading, just know there's going to be other times, all in all, such a fun experience, and I'm so glad that we did it, and I was so happy to share that with you guys. So thank you guys so much for the love, and thank you guys so much for the unwavering support. Also, before we get into today's video, let's get to a special shout out to a comment from a previous video. And this comment is from Kinda, and it reads, "You have no idea how soothing it is to listen to you while cleaning my room and folding laundry to your chill, beautiful vibe and messages from the highest, purest source." Y'all, I love this. Thank you so much, Kinda, for the comment. I love when you guys tell me that you guys listen to me when you guys are doing your daily tasks, because it lets me know that, you know, at least the vibe is very much on point, to where it's relaxing, to where it can make maybe medial tasks such as folding laundry seems enjoyable. So I really appreciate that. So keep doing that, especially if you guys are listening to me when you guys are doing homework or maybe to fall asleep. I'm perfectly fine with that. So thank you guys for showing me support in any way, shape that you can. But I just love the fact that, you know, this channel is very comforting to you all. So shout out to you guys. All right, let's begin. It's very I'm not even sure if this video will actually make the cut, if I'm being honest, because I'm already seeing a lot of things that are going haywire, and I'm trying my best to push through because I really want to do this topic and I really want to do this video, and I cannot really afford to have any type of gaps in my schedule, but like I'm really trying my best. Really trying my best here. I really try my best. Like, you guys don't even understand. But today's topic is about friendship. Y'all know I love this topic a lot, and I love doing readings about this because I don't really see people focusing on friendship, and it's very important, very important. So that's something I always try to stress, and we're going to find out who wants to be your friend. Now, who Spirit decides to give highlight to in this reading is not in my control. It's not in my power. So if Spirit decides to highlight maybe a person in your classroom that always stares at you, that you maybe get creeped out at, that's not my fault. That's not my fault. I can't, you know, chances are this is going to be somebody that you know, but maybe are not as close to yet. But at the very least, you're going to get maybe a reason as to why, you know, this person wants to be your friend, and possibly some maybe spiritual implications that could also be applied as well. So I believe this is a fun reading, so hopefully you guys will enjoy this as well. So please do me the favor and honor by choosing your piles. We have pile number 1 with the black Tourmaline, pile number 2 with the Sodalite, pile number 3 with the clear Quartz, and pile number 4 with the green Aventurine stone. So with that being said, you guys, please choose with your gut and now with your eyes, and I will catch you at your reading. What is up, pal? Number one. This is for those that picked the Black Tourmaline Stone. Welcome to your reading. Before we start, though, I just have to say that it was about 30 minutes that has passed between me recording that intro and me actually recording your pile. So it seems like everything that went awry has now calmed down and went back in order. So we need a little breather in between. But nonetheless, I digress. We are here for your reading. And the reading is entitled, Who Wants to Be Your Friend? The cards that they gave us are, we have the 8 of Swords in reverse. We have the 7 of Coins. We have the 5 of Wands. We have number 7. This is Triumph. This is also the Chariot card. We have Earth Fairy. We have the Thinking Man in reverse. We have Sapphire. We have Break Free. And this card that we'll get into later. So, pile number 1, it's very evident the energy that I'm feeling, what's happening here. Whoever this person is somebody that you obviously know. You guys have already been friends. That's the key. You guys have already been friends. If that's not somebody that you can really relate to right now, I don't believe this pile could be for you. But this is someone that you already have been friends with. I do believe what happened between you and this person there was an argument. There was an argument, and it was an argument that was maybe one for the books. And it was one of those arguments in which I don't know if we can continue to be friends if you continue to think this way. Because what happened was that you encounter a friend that had a very primitive way of thinking. I think they had beliefs or some thinking patterns that should have progressed by now in today's time. But they haven't. And because of that, it kind of conflicted with maybe your progressive views or maybe your beliefs that are spirits almost saying like, yo, you're kind of the right one in this argument. And they just need to evolve a little bit. And so that was the reason for the argument. Sorry for the airplane. But that was the reason for the argument, was to really highlight a need to evolve and grow. Not so much from your end, but I see it from the other person's end. Another thing that I'm reading is that this person could come across as, I almost feel like you are the younger one. And when it comes to the dynamic, you're the younger one. Now, this could be in age, this could be in status, or this could be maybe like, for example, this could be like someone who got hired at a job before you, and you guys hit it off, but there's a disconnect somehow. I'm also reading that this could also be somewhat of a mother figure, if not your actual mother. But it's definitely one of those things, like this person feels like they should lead and guide you somehow. Like it's that type of nurturing type of feeling. And what's coming across very loudly is that they are in sorrow for how things went between you and them. So yeah, it's somebody that you absolutely have history with, somebody that you actually were already friends with. What Spirit is also saying is that it's actually fated that you guys will actually reconcile and grow and learn and actually become a better version of what you once were before. So let's begin. We have the the Eight of Wands, or I'm sorry, the Eight of Swords in reverse. So this is it's like their thoughts, their mind, the way that they think, the patterns, it's what's keeping them from growing. And in reverse, it's indicating that there has been a breakthrough. there has absolutely been a breakthrough. I think this had to happen. This disconnect between you and this person had to have happened in order for this breakthrough in evolution and growth to have occurred. So there was they now think differently. You know what I mean? I really feel like it's not like, oh, well, you like pepperoni and I like pineapple. It's not like that type of trivial type of issue. It's something else that was like, I don't think we can speak anymore. Like, I don't think we can be friends anymore. Like, it's that type of deal. And although it took them some time, it took you having to be the catalyst for them to actually initiate this growth and this change. Now, I don't really see this as, okay, I'm going to change because I just really want to be their friends. No, it's really a whole new way of thinking now that you have introduced to them. And they're finally adopting, not just for you, but just for their own self. It's like this type of dynamic. I almost feel like it's someone who feels like, yo, you can't tell me differently. You know how sometimes parents be like sometimes their kids be absolutely in the right, but because they're younger, and because maybe society or culture has it that you cannot question adults, or you can't, do anything like that because it's shown as disrespectful, even though you may be in the right. I feel like it could be that situation going on as well. Or if it's like in a work setting, this is absolutely someone who's been there for years and been there way longer than you, but yet you're the one who actually knows better, who are actually introducing new ideas that are far better than the ones that you guys have been used to doing. And some people are afraid to change. Some people don't like change. Or some people find that when the change is being introduced by someone who maybe could be inexperienced or younger, then it's offensive when it shouldn't be. So it's like that happening as well. Oh, so we also have the 7 of Coins. The interesting thing about this card is that this is an interesting depiction. First of all, 7 of Coins is absolutely one of my friendship cards. I know that probably sounds random, but it actually is. And 7 of Coins it's talking about patience and things that need to be nurtured in order to grow and flourish. And so that I typically relate that to friendship. But you can view the imagery as one person being you, the other person being the other person that wants to be your friend. And the fire is the conflict and the thing that kept you guys apart for some time. It's been a long time. It's been a while since there's been a reconnect. And there's an apology coming. There's an apology coming. Once again, I think whatever this was, this person knew, I almost feel like this person knew they were wrong. But admitting that I'm wrong to you would just be too much for my pride to handle. And that would only be the case, I feel, if you're not necessarily if you haven't evolved as a human or just as a being. And this is what's happening. This is evolution for them. They may not see it that way, but this is exactly what's happening. Five of Wands. This is absolutely someone that you probably butt heads with. It's that keeps showing me. It's like a Queen of Pentacles type of energy. And you're coming across as the Page of Pentacles in reference to the Queen of Pentacles energy. So once again, there's like this type of dynamic. The Queen of Pentacles here, the Page of Pentacles here. When in actuality, it's like you guys, age don't mean nothing, experience don't mean nothing. Like it's something that's how it should be viewed. But this person is having a hard time viewing it that way. But it took an argument, it took a disconnect, and it took them to really maybe even miss whatever connection that they had with you. It took them having to lose that in order to see clearly. But once again, it's an apology that they're going to start off by. So just know that they do want to reconcile and really fix things. But I just feel like it has a lot to do with maybe, okay, I'm older, so that means I'm always right. And that has never been the case. But I just feel like in 2022, you should know that that's not going to be the case all the time. Like, just because you're older does not mean you're right. I feel like that type of dynamic, or just because you're more experienced means you're right. Like, it's like that type of primitive. It's very primitive. Like, it's just very old-fashioned, like Stone Age type of thing. Like Jurassic era type of thinking. Like, now. And I feel like with you're representing the fresh, the new, the progressive, and it will automatically, it just naturally conflicts with that type of old way of thinking. I don't know what the argument was, but whatever it was for you considered to be a deal breaker. The Chariot card, number 7, Triumph. There will be a reconciliation. This is what this friend of yours wants. And the universe is backing it up. The universe is showing me the Justice card, which indicates balance will be restored. Now, this could literally just mean that you guys will be on better terms, but I do believe you guys will become in a better place to where you guys could continue this friendship. Because once again, I feel like this is someone that you're already friends with, or you already know, that you were once close with, but there was a disconnect. And the disconnect happened because it was to highlight that somebody within the dynamic needed to expand their mind, needed to grow, needed to evolve. The Earth Fairy, this is also the person in question. Once again, it's very nurturing type of energy. They mean well. They're very loving. The only thing is, with the Earth energy, it could sometimes be slow to change, slow to move, not flexible. And I think that was the issue. They're coming back with an offer. I don't know if it's an offer. It's an offer of love, but it's like an olive branch of sort that it's filled with love. Like that's the main emotion that they're coming back towards, with love. So just know they absolutely mean well. I do believe that a second chance is being implied here, and I absolutely feel like, it's something that's destined to continue. Absolutely. This wasn't just a mere miscommunication. This was absolutely a need to evolve and grow. And this is one of those cases in which sometimes growth happens by way of disagreement, by way of trials and tribulations within connections. And it worked. Spirit's like, it worked. It worked. It absolutely worked. Now, it may have been unpleasant to go through, but just know that what needed to be done is done. We have the thinking men in reverse. Once again, it's the way that they think. It's their perspective somehow. It's maybe their beliefs, maybe certain patterns. It's something about that is where you're like, you have to draw the line, like, nah. Absolutely not. Once again, it's nothing trivial. It's something where you find to be very important, to where it's a deal breaker. It's like the universe is 100% backing this up. So there's something really great with this connection, that the universe is like, yo, no, this absolutely has to continue in some way, shape, or form. Because the Spirit is saying that the universe is considering this connection between you and this friend a gift. And this person realizes that. how lucky they were. And they don't want to miss out on this opportunity. Which is why they're coming in with an apology. It's absolutely going to be an apology on their end, which is why they're also coming in with a heart full of love. There's no hatred. There's nothing about, okay, well, let's revisit, and let's go back to where we left off. No, it's nothing like that. It's let's move forward. They're absolutely changed. They were stuck in their ways. And maybe this is something that you never thought would happen, but you know how God works in mysterious in magical ways. We have Sapphire. Easy does it. Excuse me. I feel like I'm about to sneeze. But it says your health, happiness, and abundance require a gentle approach to life and work. So this is really referring to the fact that you guys will slowly but surely get back on the same page. I think this initial approach, this initial apology, and just the olive branch in general will absolutely take you guys a long way. But once again, it's something that maybe you felt was such a deal breaker to where, maybe things won't always be like it was. But the point is, it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be a new version. And this is Spirit really recognizing or really acknowledging that, yes, it may take some time for you guys to get on the same page again, but just know that they are a changed person. And maybe you just need to see it to believe it, but they are a changed person. So they are 100% telling you that this is something that you should give a second chance to, but also respecting, if you feel, they're respecting it if you feel comfortable in doing so. But they're saying like you have nothing to fear this time around. Break free. This is them. I'm telling them, breaking free of old way of thinking, maybe even old way of speaking as well, and communicating, or maybe not even communicating at all. There's something about that. It's either thinking or speaking is what they keep referring to, and it's something that it's a fixed pattern that they've had, and this was the ticket to really change it. And it's something that needed to be changed. This is for their own growth too, and they probably don't even know it, but it was for their own growth and betterment. I'm getting more so thinking like I believe that grass is blue and no one can tell me differently. And then you come around and be like, but the grass is green and maybe sometimes yellow. Nope, it's blue. You can't tell me anything, it's blue. As ridiculous as that may sound, that's kind of the premise. Like that's like what you're saying to this person makes absolute sense. But for them, it's like, no, I don't want to hear it. No, I'm right, you're wrong. But that has now been eradicated. Thank God. So I do believe that you guys will know who this person is. I think you guys will immediately know who this person is. Once again, I'm getting someone that you already know, you guys already been friends with. You guys are very familiar with one another. So, and I do believe that this person wants a second chance, and Spirit is saying they deserve that, at the very least. The last card that we have is temporary situation, tent. Once again, this was meant to happen, I'm feeling. This disagreement, this little pause in the connection was meant to happen, but that's all it was a pause. It was a moment to really reflect and grow, evolve. Maybe you had a little evolution of your own within this, but I see it more so them. This could also be like an older sister or someone who's just, I get like older vibe for one person and younger vibe for the other person, even if it's just like 1 year apart. It's the dynamic, like sometimes twins even, like they will be like, no, I was born 0.5 seconds before you, so that means I'm the oldest and I have to take care of you. Like sometimes twins will even do that, you know what I mean? But nonetheless, this is absolutely meant to continue, this friendship of yours. And I think you know it too. I think you know it too. I think you were just waiting for them to make the first move, which they will. And yeah, it's now going to be a more evolved person that you're going to be dealing with. It's not to say it's going to be all smooth sailing from here, but I'm just saying there was one thing in particular that you could not accept about that, about how they thought or maybe what they said, and they recognized that that was something that needed to change. So, pile number one, good luck to you. Good luck to you with this friend of yours. Once again, I think you are going to give them a second chance. You may be a little bit, unsure, or maybe just a little bit apprehensive, but Spirit is 100% backing this up. Maybe there's something else about this connection that they have yet to reveal, but I just feel like it's very unusual kind of for Spirit and for them to tell me that the universe really wants this to happen. So maybe there's something else that they have yet to reveal that will be a result of you and this person being friends again. But either way, I love to hear it, and I would love to see it, and I think you will too. So, pile number one. I hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for joining me. If you feel so inclined, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. But other than that, I will catch you next time. Bye. What is up, pile number two? This is for those who picked the Sodalite stone. We're about to find out who wants to be your friend. The cards that they gave us are the Ace of Wands. It's powerful, powerful imagery. We also have the Four of Wands in reverse. Excuse me. We also have the Six of Coins, aka the Six of Pentacles in reverse. We also have number 20. This is Truth. This is also the Judgment card. We have the Swan. We also have number 34. This is door to personal healing and happiness. We also have Tiger's Eye. We also have self-forgiveness. And we have this card that we'll get into later. Okay, pile number two. This is an interesting pile. So I'm reading that this person you and this person have never been friends before. I do get the sense that you know this person, obviously, but here's the but. It's like we know each other, but we don't know each other like that. But it's also like this person's a very interesting person. I'm getting a male. Doesn't have to be. It's reading as very masculine, how they move. It's more so like, I want to be your friend, but I'm going to act like I don't want to be your friend. But it's not merely just for games. It's not merely just to play hard to get. I do see there's a past that they've had with friendships that wasn't the most positive. But like, for example, this could be someone that you work with, and let's just say, for example, you clocked into work, and then this is the person that you first see, and I'm like, oh my God, did you actually clock into work today? Now I know I'm gonna have a bad day at work. Like in a playful way, knowing damn well they're excited to see you. But on a more serious note, there could be This could be someone who's a little bit more reserved, a little bit more like maybe you try to get to know them and they're like giving you like short answers like that. But it's like they're doing this to protect themselves. That's all that is. This is a wounded soldier that we have here. Somebody who, you know, when it came to friendships or just relationships in general, this is someone who, you know, who barely made it out. Let's just say that. Because they were absolutely hurt and I guess injured in the realms of friendship or relationships. And so it's hard for them to really give this another go. But the truth of the matter is, this is someone who's actually very, very sweet. Very, very sweet, very compassionate, and actually quite emotional than they maybe lead one to believe. But they are not showing that. They're not showing that. This is going to be like someone on the surface, very aloof, very like not really a person of many words, when in actuality they're talking a lot on the inside. They're feeling a lot on the inside. And once again, this was supposed to be, this is the resurgence. I think this is someone who has been without people that it can actually call true friends for a very long time. It's not to say this is like a loner. I don't feel like this is someone who's naturally a loner. They're like a loner because they have to be. They're actually quite sociable people. This is someone who does enjoy interaction, social interactions. They do enjoy that. But they find it that it's something that has led them to pain. But let's begin. We have the Ace of Wands. You know, it's exciting to be around you. It's exciting to interact with you in some way, shape, or form. I get that you're the one who's more so like, okay, so what's your name? Like, what's your favorite food? Like, I feel like you're the one who's really putting a lot of the effort. And trust me, they want to too, but it's more so like they'll probably give you like short answers like this and this like that. Like, oh yeah. And maybe show you that they're not showing much effort. But once again, they have a past when it comes to friendships or relationships that kind of left them in a place where they don't necessarily feel as motivated to acquire new friends or to interact for this, because they're afraid that they may get hurt again. But one thing that's for sure is that despite how things may seem on the surface, underneath the surface, they're having fun with you. They laugh. They find this exciting. They can't wait to be around you again. Fun energy between you and this person. Fun. This is a new beginning in relationships and friendships. New beginning. Clean slate is what Spirit is saying for them. They just may need some time to really get their feet wet, you know, first get their feet wet before they dunk their whole entire body into the water that is friendship, the sea that is friendship. We also have the Four of Wands. So in reverse, I get that this is once again someone who really enjoys your company but doesn't necessarily show it. I'm also getting, once again, this is someone who also feels the same way. Like there's something about you and this person who, that you guys secretly share similarities, because you're more outwardly about who you are. This is someone who is more who you are on the inside. Like I'm reading like a soulmate person that's coming through here. But you guys are actually quite the same, but different. This would be a very lovely connection. Very lovely connection. When it fully evolves, it would be, this is like best friend level. best friend level. You guys, once again, are very similar. Very similar. There are other implications about this connection, but we're not going to get into that. But just know that at the very least, friendship will be probably one of the best friends that you could ever have in this lifetime. It will happen though, and they're showing me the Wheel of Fortune, so it will happen naturally and maybe unexpectedly, but it's fated to happen regardless. We have the Six of Coins. You may feel like it's because it's in reverse. You may feel that it's like maybe pulling teeth. Like I'm doing all the heavy lifting when it comes to really making this friendship pop. And Spirit's almost like, in time, they're showing me the wheel, in time, this is going to happen naturally, to where you guys are both really giving the same energy. It's just that they just have to feel comfortable. They just have to know for sure that this is, something that's worth investing my time and energy in. It's really no disrespect to you as a person, as an individual. This is more so like, I'm just want to protect myself. I can't have what happened last time happen again. But it's a very solid connection that's going to be forming out of this. Very beautiful connection, very loving connection, and very much so like, we have fun all the time. Like, there's never a dull moment. I read this as this is going to be your next partner in crime, so to speak. Like, this is best friend material. And the good thing about it is that they absolutely have a high expectation when it comes to friendship. So you can almost guarantee that they're also going to be able to be that friend that you truly deserve and need. We have number 20. This is truth. This is also the I keep wanting to say rebirth, but that's exactly what's happening anyways. Why is it not coming to my mind? I just literally had a brain fart. Judgment. Oh my gosh. This is also the Judgment card. What's funny about this one, a lot of hidden things that are happening underneath the surface. And the thing about it, I actually feel like you at the very least are like you feel that there's like something more than this person really, like, I almost feel like that this person wants to be your friend. Maybe just never said it or never really overtly expressed that. But it's in due time. Once again, this is fated type of energy. All will be revealed. And they're going to have a Phoenix Rising. This is going to be, because they have been feeling like, there could have been a connection that really was a very huge connection for them. And they're almost like, if that connection went wrong, I don't see how there could be another connection that could go right. You know what I mean? So they're undergoing a transformation of their own, to like the wounded bird to the almighty phoenix. And I think you're going to be the one to really prove them wrong. And you don't have to do anything extra. You don't have to do no type of hard labor. You don't have to do no type of rehabilitation. It's just merely you being you. everything that's going to be happening in the future between you and this person will be faded, will be natural. But there's a lot of hidden things behind the scenes. Like once again, you probably don't feel like you and this person are similar, but you guys actually are. This person knows that, but you don't know that because once again, there's a lot of things about themselves that they have yet to reveal and yet to show. You haven't really got the chance to see the real them, which obviously not everyone, they don't feel that everyone deserves that. And so this is really just them trying to see if you do deserve that, and which you do. But I think it's understandable, their approach. They find you to be beautiful though. They find you to be very beautiful. And I think this is from the inside out as well, but there's a physical appeal as well. And that could be something that you also see within them. But the connection itself is going to undergo a transformation, and a very beautiful one. It's going to go through a big transformation. Like, you may feel unsure, like, yo, I don't know, like, I tried to be friends with this person, but this person just not giving me anything in return. You may feel that way, but there's an explanation for that. And I think once you understand that, and once you actually see who this person is, and this person's you and this person kind of share a lot of similarities, this is when this friendship is going to soar. But the connection has already been established though. Whether you know it or not, the connection is already there the link between you and this person has been established way before. And I think that's more so on a spiritual sense. We also have number 34. Door to personal healing and happiness. Needless to say, they have been hurt in the past. I mean, I've been saying that this entire time. But the one thing to really take from this as well is that there's a soul wish. They're also showing me the star card. So there's a huge, huge wish of theirs to really be friends with you. It is not only what they want, it's what their soul wants. And I think it's because their soul also knows that this will be the connection, the very connection that will heal whatever transpired in prior connections. This is the antidote. This is the solution right here. But you, problem number 2, don't think it like that. You don't have to be like, okay, well, now I gotta put all this work in. No. Once again, you just do you. And in fact, if you ever feel like, yo, I don't know if I can deal with this anymore, then do that. But I can guarantee that this connection will still happen. This is not one of those things in which I can say, oh, well, yeah, you still have free will, of course, which is why I encourage you, and spirits encourage you to really do whatever you feel is natural to you. But what I mean is that the lines of fate are intertwined in this connection, meaning that this connection is supposed to happen. It's meant to happen. And at the very least, your encounter is quite important for this person's own healing and growth. We also have Tiger's Eye. And it says self-confidence through God's confidence. It says believing yourself by believing in God working through you. They just need reassurance. And for them, the only way that's going to happen is by spending more time with you, really getting to know you more, things like that. And yeah, until they feel 100% comfortable. But they're kind of tired of keeping this a secret, though. They're kind of tired of keeping this a secret. For some of you guys, this could be someone that you maybe never spoke to at all. But yet you guys maybe work around the same place. Maybe you guys are students and they love how you are. You're coming across someone who's quite outgoing. Or at the very least, someone who has such an energy that's quite vibrant and attractive. And they're drawn to that. And part of that, part of who you are inspires them to really be who they are on the inside, more outwardly. Yeah, it's building up to some type of climax, though. Some type of breakthrough. And whatever that, some type of milestone is building up to that. And it's all because they've reached a point in which they now realize that, you are the exception, really, when it comes to friends. And I think this will be, it's not to say you're going to be their only friend in the world, no, but what you're also helping doing is really opening that door for other people who could potentially be good friends to this person, allowing them to also be able to enter in this person's life. Self-forgiveness. The card reads, let go of old guilt and remember that you're God's perfect child. So they're showing me the Tower card. So there absolutely was something that crumbled down, a connection that they thought was just solid as ever, was impenetrable, and the unexpected happened. They didn't expect that to happen, which is why it's such a shocker to them. Like, they're still in shock that whatever that friendship was or whatever that connection was ended. They're still in shock. And it's unfortunate that a part of that is something that they carry. Like they carry some blame for that, and possibly there is some I had the word in my head. Sorry. And there may be some accountability that they could take from that, but I'm not reading it as something that they should blame themselves. If they're showing me the image of the Tower card, that indicates something that needed to fall, something that needed to go. So, pile number 2. I mean, this is going to be, I almost feel like a next best friend should be the appropriate title for this reading. And it's next best friend ... Because I didn't want to get into it, but there are implications that this could be a little bit more than friendship in the future. But who knows? At the very least, this is going to be a very close friend of yours. It's a beautiful connection that's forming. This person just needs to, get back into the groove again. That's it. And know that anything that has fallen apart when it comes to past relationships or friendships, that they don't need to carry any blame. There's other people that are waiting, including you, not literally, but there's other people that are waiting to enter their life and really show them what a good friend could really be. The last card that we have is, we have Pin, new job or career. So for a lot of you guys, this is someone that you've met recently, and I do feel like this could be someone that the example that they gave me in the beginning could be quite relevant to you guys. Someone who maybe likes to pretend that they're not as interested in friendship as they really are. Or once again, it could be someone that you've never spoke to, but they watch you very closely. They love your energy and they love it from afar, but they really want to get close. So this is someone who could also be someone who's trying to be professional, but it could be maybe unprofessional to really show someone their true feelings and really be as friendly. This could be a supervisor or higher up that doesn't want to cross the lines between being too comfortable and being too unprofessional, like that type of thing. But yeah, this is a beautiful connection that's waiting to occur. I think you don't have any problems with that. Like, it's all really, the ball's kind of on that person's court. I think you're putting enough effort into keeping yourself open to this, but it's just this person just needs to really allow this to occur and be comfortable with it. Because it's happening. Like I said, it's fated to happen. And absolutely, how it starts is definitely not how it's meant to stay. It's meant to prosper into a very beautiful connection. So, pile number 2. Amazing. Probably one of my favorites for sure. I hope that you enjoyed that. If you feel so inclined, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. But other than that, I will catch you guys next time. Bye. What is up, pile number 3? This is for those who pick the clear quartz crystal. We're about to find out who wants to be your friend. The cards that they gave us are the Sun card in reverse. We also have the Ace of Cups in reverse. We also have 3 of Cups also in reverse. We have number 1, base chakra, also known as the root chakra. We have the wind fairy. We have healer of the ages. Okay. We also have the calcite. We have rest. And this card that we'll get into later. So this is like a tricky pile. I'm not gonna hold you because there's so many scenarios that Spirit has given me to give to you guys. But at the very least, this is someone who I feel absolutely knows you. I think there was a connection at one point. There's a connection at one point, but not anymore. I get the sense that somebody could have moved away, or someone had to leave, or somebody was just pushed out. I also get that there is a romantic element to this. It doesn't have to be between the two people, you and this person who wants to be your friend. It could really be like maybe you are in love in a relationship, and you know you devoted all your time and energy to that relationship to where maybe your friends felt neglected, and that's where the gap widened. You know, it could be a situation such as that. There absolutely has not been no communication between you and this person in a while. I also feel like that there's absolutely a wish to reconnect. But it's almost as if there is some sorrow here. Like it's very weird because I almost feel like it could literally be sorrow because some of you guys probably broke up with a person in a relationship, and this person who wants to be your friend realizes that and really wants to give you time to heal. Others of you guys, this could literally be your ex that we're referring to. And it's more so like, yo, if we can't be that, at the very least, we can be friends. Is what the idea is. I also get that this could be someone who is quite ambitious. I get that this is the biggest message that they're telling me, is that this is someone who's quite ambitious and could have moved away or maybe just really veered off the grid, really, because they wanted to really focus on work and focus on their goals, and that could have, left a void in your connection as well. There's sadness here, though. And I don't know if it's really, it could be sadness all around, but it's like, I almost feel like this really did not get the fair chance that it deserved, this connection. Because there's a lot to be happy about in this connection. And it could have been because maybe I wanted to go to work and I had to leave, and so that means I left everybody and everyone in the past, when there were at least a few people that deserved to come along for the ride, at least energetically. Yes, there's a lot of scenarios, but I think the overall theme is that this person really is now busy with life, their own life. But what seems to be consistent is they're constantly thinking about you, and they constantly miss what you guys had, and they feel that there will be a resurgence. It's almost as if the opportunity is there to reconnect, but they're not picking up the phone, or maybe you're not picking up the phone, or we're not communicating, or whatever the case may be. Like, you know what I mean? Like that. Yeah, let's begin. We have the Sun card in reverse. Now, the Sun card is the best card in my personal opinion of the deck, and that's because even in reverse, it's still a great card. This is the fruition, the materialization of everything that you could ever want in a friendship. Everything that you could ever want in a connection. It's just taking its time to really either come back to what it once was, or really get to that point. But in essence, this is the ideal friendship for you and this person. There's a huge wish that is waiting to be granted, and I think it's because there's a reconnect, and there's actually some, it's not, I don't feel like it's like it's not manifestation to where I'm putting effort into it. It's more so like, because you constantly think about this person, because you constantly, relish in the memories that we once had, that in itself is really sending out the energy towards the universe that you do want to reconnect. And I think that's something that you can agree to. It's a lovely connection. Very lovely. It's something that really brings out the inner child within you. It really, your inner child is rejoices when in proximity with this person. And I think this, once again, the same could be said for this person as well. We have the Ace of Cups here in reverse. There was absolutely some type of situation in which changed the dynamic. It changed almost like maybe how I looked at you, or maybe how I feel about you. At one point, yeah, we were on the best of terms, but then something happened. I also feel like, once again, there is sorrow here. This is where the sorrow is coming from for me. This could also indicate that this could be a breakup of sorts, whether it's between you and this person, or between you and someone else. And this person who wants to be your friend may have been witness to that. The scenario that they also want me to reiterate is that for some of you guys, this could have been a friend who kind of just, you know, veered off because maybe you were more involved in a relationship more so your friendship. And it's not to say that you shouldn't be more involved, because that's kind of how it should be. But it shouldn't be to the point where you completely act like you don't have friends at all. And a lot of people do that. So that could be what's happening here. But I do feel like for some of you, this could be an ex of yours. But there is heartbreak here. Something heartbreaking happened between you and this person, I feel. And for this person, it can merely just be, we're not friends anymore because of this, because of that. That could be the heartbreak. For others of you guys, the heartbreak could be the breakup that we've had as a couple. There's remnants of love here, though. There's remnants of love, meaning what was once lost isn't completely dead. I get the sense that Spirit's almost like, well, if you guys want this, you guys can absolutely have this. But it's only if you guys want this. Because they're showing me as well, there has not been any communication between you and this person. The Three of Cups in reverse. You know what else I'm getting? So weird. Well, Three of Cups in reverse. If you don't know the meaning, one of the meanings that's very popular is third party involvement. Meaning it's us two, but then there's somebody else. And that could be the case for a lot of you guys of what happened. Once again, they're bringing me back to the scenario in which maybe you could have been with a significant other and this person felt left out. And it's not in a jealousy type of way. It's more so like, okay, just because you're in a relationship, you forget about me now? Like, you know what I mean? Like that's what's given. And it's like, there's a feeling of being left out, I get. And I almost feel like because of that, I'm just gonna do me now. I'm just gonna do me. So I have to be honest with you, pal number 3. I do feel like I mean, it could be switched around. Meaning it could be this friend that was in a relationship and you felt left out, but what strongly is being emphasized to me is that you are the one who became a unit with somebody else, and in some way, shape, or form, it could be maybe another friend that you've had, and you guys became a unit, which kind of pushed away this friend that's in question, and now they feel further from you than ever before. For others of you guys, this third party involvement could be someone's work, someone's job that also separated you two. So the third party involvement doesn't necessarily have to be a person, even though that's what the message that is being stated loudly. The third party involved could also be someone's goals, someone's career and job. Whatever it was, it led one person to feel left out, neglected. And that's where we are now. We have the base chakra. So the person in question comes across like a king of swords is what they're showing me. So this is someone who's very focused on their business endeavors, very focused on that, very like, I don't have time to look in the past. But it's really in those moments where they're alone, and maybe in this moment where they're a little bit inebriated, where their true feelings start to bubble up to the surface. That's when the desire for you guys to reconnect again becomes stronger. It's on a subconscious level even that they really want to reconnect. It's something that almost feels like we never even had a proper send-off. Like we never even had a conclusion. Like this, we don't even have closure at the very least. If you were to ask this, or if you were to ask this person, what happened between you and pile number 3? This person would be like, well, you know, they had their own things. I'm busy with work, blah, blah, blah. That's what they would say. Get a few drinks in them. They'll be like, well, you know what? They started becoming friends with this one person, or they started being in a relationship with this one person, and I just felt like I was being pushed out of their life. Because I'm getting like someone who's like strong, silent type, someone a little bit reserved, or someone who's really not into emotions and feelings, and would rather, you know, be a little bit more practical and work-based rather than get into the deeper stuff. But nonetheless, they do miss the happiness that you brought them, the happiness that you guys shared together, the love that you had together, and at the very least still have together. They miss the celebrations that you guys have. They miss the camaraderie. They miss that. We have the Wind Fairy. This is their thoughts. They're plagued with thoughts about you and how the connection once was. In the universe, the spirit is almost like, okay, it's like they're seeing it as more so like you're acting as if you guys can't reconnect. Like that's spirit's idea. Like you're acting like you can't reconnect. Like here's the phone, here's the Instagram page, here's the email, here's the phone number. Like what are you talking about? And this person's like, no, I can't do that. I can't do that for whatever reason. But they think about you a lot. The desire to really reconnect only gets stronger and stronger each day. The funny thing is, I feel like you also do the same. When you think about them, they're thinking about you, and vice versa. Yep. We have Healer of the Ages. So for some of you guys, I do feel like there was a romantic partner that was involved, and there was a breakup of sorts. And so it's almost like this person now sees you free to where a reconnection could actually be plausible. They feel like, or this could definitely be them as well. Like there was something they were once tied to that has now left in some way, shape, or form. I don't know what that is. Spirit is referring to it as something that needed to leave, that was actually quite detrimental or toxic. And now what has healed, what needed to be healed, has healed. So the energy is actually right for a reconnection. The energy is now good for a reconnection. I think maybe earlier would have been not that great of an idea. And maybe this is something that they also know. But I get the sense that they've just been like, and I almost feel like Spirit's like tell him like, yo, you can actually make this happen. If only you picked up the phone. If only you. And I think this message could also be said to you as well. It's like whatever was obstructing this connection has been removed somehow. Whether it was a relationship, whether it was maybe a busy work schedule, something. Or maybe it was another friend that kind of intervened in the connection. It has left. And Spirit's like, yo, it needed to leave. Calcite. Busy times and multitasking. Take charge of your schedule, blah, blah, blah. That part is necessary. The point is, this person is almost, it's like they would like to pretend that the opportunity has not presented itself, but it actually has. They are very ambitious. They are very busy. That part is true. But what is also true is that if you really wanted to reconnect, there's nothing but space and opportunity at this point. They're saying like underneath the surface, once again, this is the type of person that would be like, oh, whatever happened to you in pile number 3? And they'll give you, well, I had to work, I had to move for work and do all this, when there's a lot more to the story underneath the surface that you guys would like to keep under wraps, or really just like to pretend like it's not as deep as it actually is. Once again, this is someone who's very practical, someone who doesn't like to get into the emotional side of humanity as much. But this may be a part of this person's evolution as well. This person is going to be, as we go into the next card, with rest. This person is actually very busy, but this person is actually going to be someone of an important figure in their career or in their, like there's a level up, there's a bossing up of sorts. It's like all their ambition is not going to be for naught. Like it's leading to something quite significant. But I get the sense that this person is using that as an excuse to not reconnect. And it makes sense. It's a ironclad, excuse. Nothing that really could be refuted. But rest, for me, indicates that this is a pause that you and this person are experiencing when it comes to this connection. But there absolutely is room for a reconciliation. Because you may be able to skirt the issue or just really just be like, oh, well, it's just work. But Spirit's like, it's not just work. You actually do miss this connection. There's something else that has occurred because there's something else that occurred, which is why you guys are not necessarily talking. It's time to be honest about that. It's okay. One thing about me, and they want me to talk about it, and so I will. One thing about me, I'm that type of friend in which I will say that I like if I have I feel like you're not, answering my calls, or you're not doing this, you're not doing I'm that type of person who would do that. And a lot of people may be thrown off guard because it's like, what are you doing? You're just a friend. I'm like, and what people don't sometimes realize is the importance of friendship and how that should sometimes even be treated just as as well as you would treat a relationship. And I find that a lot of people have this very they have this normalcy to making friendship feel insignificant, and it's not. And everyone who I've done that to and expressed it, it's coming from a place where it's not just like me being crazy and me being jealous. No. That's not where it's coming from. It's more so like, yo, I'm putting in this effort and you're not giving me the same in return. That's the problem, and I'm going to address it with you. I'm not going to put it under the rug. And I feel like some of that type of energy, like some of that, because as a friend, I do feel like people should feel entitled to, especially if you are giving that type of energy, your time, your energy, to another individual who you consider to be a friend. You're entitled to, at the very least, an explanation as to why it's not reciprocated. But overall, I'm just the type of friend who feels like I'm only going to have friends who could also talk to me that way, and also know that when I'm coming at them, it's not to be like, yo, I want all of you. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying I want the same that I give you. You know what I mean? But my point is, friendships needs to be honest. We need to have honest communication. We need to normalize that. Despite how it make you look, despite how it makes the other person feel, we need to have honest communication about how we feel. And there's nothing wrong with that. I've had friends who when I've said something like that, they're like, I'm not dating you. I'm not dating you, Kenny. I'm like, I see that you never had a good friend in your life. Because if my little concern is given that type of reaction, then either you never had a friend like me or you don't deserve a friend like me. You know what I mean? So it's really about finding somewhat of a balance, but once again, it's also about respect and reciprocity. But overall, I see someone who's hurt, and the pain may have not been directly inflicted towards them, but there's someone who feel slighted by you as well. But once again, they also feel like there's sadness on your end as well. So it's very, very complicated situation. And I know maybe not everything is going to resonate with all of you guys, but it's important to really just take whatever it does resonate, because this is a mixed bundle. It's a mixed bag over here. And I just think that there needs to be understanding, a mutual understanding, because I feel like there hasn't been much communication at all. And that's a problem. That's the first problem right there. The last card that we have, cracked cup, dissatisfaction with life. For some of you guys, this is like a childhood friend or someone. Once again, you guys have history with this person. History that we often think about. They missed you. They missed you. And you missed them. It's just that people don't want to pick up the phone, people don't want to talk, like people don't really want to express how they truly feel. And it's about time we do that. Now, once again, free will and all that jazz, of course. But it's like, this is something that's, it's salvageable. It's salvageable here. And once again, it's a great, great, great connection that you guys once had. Why lose that if you don't actually have to? So, pile number 3. I hope that you enjoy that. It was a little bit of a complicated mix, but I think for those of you guys who it's meant for, it will hit for those who it's meant for. But overall, I did enjoy it. And I hope that you did too. If you feel so inclined, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. But other than that, I will catch you guys next time. Bye. What is up, pile number 4? This is for those who pick the green Aventurine stone. We're about to find out who wants to be your friend. The cards that they gave us are the Strength card. We also have the King of Cups in reverse. I love this depiction. I love that depiction. We also have the Star card, my favorite card, in reverse. We have number 21, Universe. This is also the World card. Why did it just get dark all of a sudden? We also have the Merlin card. We have number 33, Door to Romance. Spirit is giving me a very specific scenario. I'll tell you guys in a second. We also have Angelite. We also have Healing Heart. And this card I will get into later. All right, so pile number 4. What's funny about this connection is that I think when you first met this person, it wasn't to become friends. It was because we are seeing if we could become romantic partners. So for some of you guys, this could be like someone who's a blind date type of person, or someone that you met in order to seek romance. Or it could be like a fling. You know, it's one of those things. It's one of those things where the idea of friendship was never supposed to be a possibility. But little do you know, there's something else brewing here that, at the very least, in the beginning, friendship is supposed to happen. And it's going to sound weird because whoever this person is, it's someone that you just, it's like, no, there's just nothing. I don't feel no emotional attachment to this person at all. Maybe not even attraction either. Like, I don't feel anything for you. So it's like I almost disregarded everything. Like I disregarded the opportunity for love, but also I disregarded the opportunity for any type of friendship. And this person is more, you're right. They don't show the emotion. I'm sorry. They don't show emotions. They don't show any capacity to where this could be a romantic relations where feelings are involved. They're very much 3D, like a King of Pentacles type of energy. Meaning practical, about my money. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And emotions, like, what is that? Do I buy it? Like, how much is it? Like, they have yet to tap into that. And that's okay. There's a reason behind that, though, which I'm sure they're going to explain in greater detail as we move forward. But yeah, I just get that this is someone that when we first met, it wasn't supposed to be friends at all. Like, we were supposed to see if this could be a romantic connection in some way, shape, or form. That's what I'm reading. But there wasn't a love connection, at least not an immediate one. But I have to tell you, this person felt differently than you. Let's begin. So we have the Strength card. So first and foremost, this is someone who, if you don't know anything by them, if you don't know anything about them, one thing that you will remember is that this is someone who has overcome a lot of struggles and obstacles to really get to where they are. They're they're very, very, very successful, very ambitious, very driven, and part of the reason is because they did have maybe an upbringing that really challenged them to become this person. It's unfortunate that it feels like through this journey they become a little bit more voided in their emotions. Like, it's not to say they're getting completely like blank, but what I'm saying is like they have yet to really fully tap into the more emotional side of what it means to be a human. They're very hardened, very tough, and once again, very successful. They're not much of a speaker either. It's like this was like a grown ass person, but with no experience when it comes to social interaction, like true healthy social interactions. It's not just like, okay, I look good and I have an amazing career, you look good and you have an amazing career, let's be together. No, it's a lot more deeper and a lot more intricate than that. Let's communicate, let's feel, let's talk about emotions. You know what I mean? This is a very much, on paper, amazing. Like, you check all the boxes. But when I actually meet you, you're not necessarily what I imagined or wanted. What I ordered what I received, I mean, it's really no shade to this person. This person is a great catch, but the only thing that's preventing them from really reaching that true potential, we need the emotion. We need the emotion. Too much tough, too much hard exterior, too much, physicality. But once again, some of you guys, this is someone who you intended to just be a fling or a one-night stand, and they're actually wanting more. At the very least, a friendship. King of Cups in reverse. This is the lack of emotional capabilities. I also get that there was some type of conflict between you and this person. It doesn't have to be an actual conflict. It could be maybe a conflict of interest. Like maybe what you want wasn't exactly what they wanted, or it could also be where you guys did not meet on the same page. So there's a disconnect here. Somehow, like we're not compatible. But like I said, I feel like the intention was to see if we were compatible as romantic partners. But it's more so like maybe that wasn't the case. But at the very least, I do see that there's something that is supposed to be brought out of this person due to this connection between you and this person. I do see like one of the reasons is because you're not as emotional. But the thing about this person, they're almost like waiting for you to come around. I don't know if that's just the confidence in them, you know. This is a very successful individual, so naturally I would think that they would be a very confident, maybe even a little bit arrogant sometimes. But I almost get like this person just is expecting you to come around when they don't realize that you need to evolve too a little bit. Because in any relationships or any type of connection, emotions is vital. We can't be soulless or robotic. And this could be something that you may have already expressed to this person. And it caused like an argument or a disagreement. But it's the truth. And it needed to be said. Now here's where things get interesting. Because now fate and spirit is intertwined in this. Because we have the star card here in reverse. First off, there is a soul's wish. There's a soul wish that is waiting to be granted when it comes to this connection. This person constantly thinks, when they lay in bed at night, they think about what this connection between you and this person could become. Or could have been. And the thing about this is that they're also going to be undergoing a transformation. And it's a transformation that goes below surface. This is a deep spiritual transformation. And I do believe it has a lot to do with unlocking the capacity to feel and actually have emotions that will translate, or that could translate to love, you know. Like, this is a great provider, this is a great father, even to certain extent, but we still need to balance that with the emotions, the vulnerability, the sensitivity. We need a balance of that. And I think this is what's going to happen. And I also feel like it could even be maybe you just letting them know that in your own way. That could be the trigger for this transformation. But either way, it's something that I feel like there's a wish here that they really want to build something with you. And there's hope here that that's something that will happen. It's like when you guys first met, you were like, and you guys were talking, you realized like, yo, this is not for me. That's what you were thinking, like, this is not my person. What this person was thinking was like, they're perfect. I won, is what they're saying. I won. So. And once again, we have the World card. So this is also something that's fated to happen. There's a soul goal that wants to be achieved through this connection. And I do believe it has a lot to do with the emotional capacity that this person has. But also they're also showing me the Two of Cups, but they're showing me it in reverse. So that could indicate that some of you guys, this is an ex. Doesn't have to be, or once again, there isn't a love romance. There's not a connection here, so you don't necessarily see it right now as a match, when it could very well be a match. It just takes time to see it. So this card here indicates that this connection will be a journey, will be one that really, like, let's just say, when you guys met to a later date in the future, it would be like, yo, who were you? Like, you are a complete different person. Like, that type of transformation, that big of a transformation, is destined to occur for this person. And that's what their soul wants, because they've always been like that. They've always been very practical. They've always been, the provider. They've always been that type of individual, maybe very masculine, very much in the 3D, practical, not too much in the emotional, not too much in the introspective. And I think they've been that very 3D rigid person in many lives, and this is the time to evolve. It's not to say to completely eradicate that, because even that still has beauty, but it's about balancing that, and that's what they're learning. And I think with you, it was the wake-up call that they needed, especially if you said something up to that effect, where, I just didn't feel anything, there's not emotions, something like that. It would absolutely trigger a transformation. It may take them some time, being as rigid as they are, but it will. And it's like, once again, it's not to say that, okay, this means that now we can date. It doesn't necessarily mean that, but this is, at the very least, we can be friends. I want to be friends with you. And maybe, yes, we can be more. That's the subtext. But the approach would be like, I just think that we could be really good friends. But secretly, we could also see if this could be a romantic relationship. Now we have the Merlin. So this person, once again, this person has mastered the 3D in a way that they're very successful. They know how to really make money out of anything. They're very wise. The Merlin card is the combination of the Magician as well as, let's just say, the Hierophant. So someone who's very practical, very by the book, very traditional, very much in the 3D, once again. We need that High Priestess though. We need a little bit of that. We need a little bit of, that beautiful feminine energy. It doesn't have to be effeminate, but more so of that, once again, those emotions, the vulnerability, the sensitivity, that beauty. There needs to be a balance. But when it comes to the work field, when it comes to, once again, on paper, they look like the perfect match, of course. This person feels very older than age, because once again, I'm getting the King of Pentacles. Not like geriatric, but more so like older than you. And like, have experience under their belt. But it's like, yeah, but there's other things that you're still inexperienced in, and this is something that they're coming to realize. This card also speaks about balance. So once again, the goal here is for them to achieve that. And I think with your friendship, at the least, it will help bring that to fruition. We have Door to Romance in reverse. Once again, I just feel like the initial approach was for love to be the answer, or for romance to be the answer, and it wasn't a connection. It was not a love connection. It was not a match. And it was absolutely meant to happen that way. Because once again, in their eyes, you're like the perfect match, but you gave them a reality check. And they're like, and you pretty much told them you're not as perfect as you think you are, or you're not as perfect as your profile said you are. He didn't lie. This person didn't lie, but what I mean is, like, once again, you're missing the balance. The door to romance seems to be closed. But this person is almost like, well, at the very least, I feel like we could be friends. But they do have an agenda, which I'm sure you're going to be aware about. The agenda is to really become more than friends. But this time, like, really an actual couple. For those of you guys who this is maybe a fling. One of the fears that they have is that you have many other options. They really don't want to miss this opportunity. You have other options. That's their fear. And you probably do. It's like there's a deeper transformation that's occurring. This person doesn't know it. This person's goal is just to be as close to you as possible. To at least be in the running. And if it happens by way of us being friends, then so be it. We have Angelite. This speaks about spiritual religious community. Join with like-minded people for friendship and increased spiritual growth. I think that's actually kind of perfect for what is being described here. It's like this person is not a very overtly spiritual or religious person at all, actually, maybe. Like, I'm not getting that. I'm getting, because if they were, at the very least, well, at least spiritual, they would have the emotional capabilities. That part of them would be a little bit more pronounced. But I'm getting someone who really feels tied to you or drawn to you. And I have to be honest with you, pile number 4. They're right about that. You may think that they're crazy, but and they may not know why they're right, which is fine. But this is a part of their growth. This is a part of their journey. And I have to say that this was an agreement that you guys had prior to coming here. Like, even if this is not something that lasts, even if this is not a friendship that lasts, after you guys finish, let's just say that this friendship that you guys are about to form has an end date. What they're leaving with is more than what they expected, more than what they bargained for. They're leaving as a new person, a fully evolved person, a more wholesome person. But to say that there is something that ties you guys together would be a fact. So I'm also getting that this is someone who you may feel like to be very much an annoyance, a nuisance. And I do get the sense that some of you guys may have even cut this person off. Like, maybe ignore them, block them, I don't know what the case may be, but I don't see that they're going to be leaving anytime soon. You know what I mean? There's a goal here that has yet to be achieved, and it will be achieved. There's a wish, and it's a wish that's bigger than just, bigger than your attraction towards them. It's bigger than that. It's bigger. It's more on a soul level, and a more spiritual level, universal level. There is something bigger. It's a bigger goal, deeper goal that they are meant to achieve through this connection. And I don't see this connection ceasing until that goal is met. But this is a message for you, pile number 4. Healing heart. You're a powerful healer. Keep up the great work. Let me just say this, and I say this all the time, you guys are not rehab centers. You guys are not, you guys should not feel obligated to be project manager to someone who needs some reconstructing. But once again, you're the trigger to this change that they're going to be making. And because of that, and just your very way of being, you don't have to change anything about what you're doing. You don't even have to change your approach, what you said. You don't have to do anything like that. Just your very being is healing this person. Because once again, this is a soul's wish. And I think this person needed some type of reality check. I think this is someone who maybe has always had it easy when it comes to relationship. Like, they meet all the boxes. Sorry for the airplane. They meet all the boxes. They check all the boxes. Like, I think money plays a big part when it comes to relationships for them. Like their status. And that's something that they probably use to their advantage when it comes to trying to court. And it usually works. This time it did not. And that kind of like put them in a state of shock. So what they don't realize is that it's highlighting something about them that they need to change. That maybe love isn't just about how much money you have or what's your status or what you can offer them. Especially if it's just material things that you are presenting to the table. So I'm gonna say this before we get into the last card, pile number 4. This by no means means that you have to be in a relationship with this person. It doesn't mean that. What it does mean is that there is a specific, more deeper reason for your encounter with this person. And there's a reason as to why they desire to be your friend. They just maybe don't know it. But their soul knows that being with you is going to really, put up a mirror in front of them, something that they needed to do a long time ago, and really show them who they are and what they could potentially become, which is someone who's highly evolved, more balanced. Because it's like once you add the sensitive, the vulnerability, the more beautiful feminine attributes into this masculine energy that they have as well, which is also beautiful. Those two together, you're the complete package then. But this person already thinks they're that complete package, but they're actually not. Yet. So they find you to be very attractive. They find you to be alluring, and obviously, I think there's a game that this person likes to play. Like this person feels like they can have anybody. So the first person that rejects them, they want to chase after them. There's always that. That's also that going on. But they're in for a ride. They're in for a ride that they don't know. They don't even see what's going to come out of it, and who they're going to become. It's actually quite beautiful. So let's get into the last card. Lightning. Control your anger or you will be sorry. So, it will happen unexpectedly. the progression, the way that this connection between you and this person really forms, it will be very unexpected. It will be very night and day from when you guys first met to where we are about to become, where we're about to go. This doesn't mean that you guys will become a couple, but what it does mean, I do see a friendship here. I do. And I think you're going to be one of the very few friends that actually tells them the truth and who they really are, you know. Because once again, I get someone who has a very elevated status, maybe have a lot of yes people around them, and you are the difference. You're the exception. And I see that there's parts of you, of course, that will maybe feel annoyed by them, and maybe them too, but it's like, I think this is also speaking about there's a need to be a balance in how you handle this as well. Referring to this person who wants to be your friend. Yeah, this is divine intervention as well. This lightning refers to divine intervention, meaning spirit and the universe are very adamant about making sure that this continues. Because there's a bigger goal. Once again, it's bigger than what you're experiencing on the surface. And once again, pile number 4, I do believe there's going to be a lot of things that you really enjoy about this connection. I just don't feel like you're going to really feel like a love connection, at least not immediately. And because of that, it does leave the door for friendship to be a possibility at the very least. And I think this is how this person is going to come through, even though this person really feels like you are their ideal type. But you are going to let them know. You're going to let them know exactly how you feel and tell them exactly who they are. And it's going to be very shocking for them because they've never heard that. But for you, it's like it's blatantly obvious. But for them, they never heard that. And that may trigger them in not only the bad ways, but also the good ways. And that's what Spirit is focusing on. So, pile number 4, this is a very interesting reading. Wow, it's crazy. Like, sometimes I get shocked too. I get surprised at who comes through during this reading. So, this is going to be a ride, I'll say that. An absolute ride with this person. But despite how this person may come across, whether it's arrogant or just someone who really just throws her money around, please remember, this person is still human, just like you. We're all on this ride of life together, and we're all just trying to figure it out our own way. So just remember to have compassion as well. Okay? And I know you can do that. I know you can. So with that being said, pile number 4, I hope that you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for joining me. If you feel so inclined, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. But other than that, I will catch you guys next time. Bye.